We are back. Now for those watching on YouTube, this will be a bit of a weird intro, but with the last race being so short, it went to the chat and it was decided we would do race 3 straight away. We'd just carry on. So yes, current standings. Everyone watching in Twitch already just seen the end of the last one, so kind of know what's going on here, but Marnie currently in first, Pesky Bird in second, Azur in third. We're here with one of the favourites, DK Mountain, by PD Gamer 2502. And let's get to the track. Here we go. Absolute classic. So we'll do a quick look around. Most people that are familiar with these races will know this track quite well. A few obstacles on the way down the mountain. Couple of shortcuts as well. DK Mountain. Let's go. Let's get them spawned in. So of course reverse order from the previous one again. So we have Boer starting up at the front and Marnie starting at the back. It is going to be 12 laps. So it should be a bit longer than the previous race. And let's get this going. First row looking very familiar. It's always a slow start off this starting line until they get momentum going through the first few corners. And Cheese is going to go up into the lead. Super Boss and Demon having some difficulties. They do get going though. So up at the top on the drop down, Azur is going to get past Cheese. It's going to be a battle down the mountain. Pesky Bird just behind Iceman and Marnie getting held up there. Boer with an inside line will gain a position. Cheese is going to be holding on to the lead as just behind, followed by Pesky Bird. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be going through this shortcut. Not on the first lap. We have had some controversy around the use of that shortcut before. A little bit of a backspin by Cheese there. Rough bounce off the wall. A little bit too much speed into the corner. So everyone's still fairly grouped together. Still anyone's race going on to lap 2. So head back up the mountain. Oh, gone a bit too quick there. Gone into the mountain. And Cheese is going to make a bit of a breakaway. Pesky Bird's moved up to second. Azur's been having a bit of trouble. Demon in third. Azur's going to take that third position back. It's never celebrate too early in these races. Never know what's going to happen. Will we see any attempts of the shortcut this time around? Azur nearly going for a little sneak through there, but Boer keeping them in check. Demon with a rough bounce. And Jimmy currently at the back of the pack. So Cheese leading going on to lap 3. Also setting a fastest lap. It's Pesky Bird, Azur and Boer following. Then Demon, Iceman and Marnie are grouped together as well. Then we have Super Boss and finally Jimmy. Oh, rough bounce there by Pesky Birds. Actually going to also block Boer on the cannon. Up to the top of the mountain again, Cheese leading. Is that a bad landing for Boer? It's going to get pushed going to go my Super Boss, but that bad landing has cost a lot of time and places. Pesky Bird getting held up. About a few of them getting held up right there in that triangle. is a chance for Jimmy to try and gain some time, but they are struggling at the back right now. Plenty of time for things to change. We've got both the Eternal Darkness racers hunting down Cheese for this #1 spot. And Demon goes for the lunge on the outside. A few bumps going on. Colliding with each other, going through the hairpins. And Cheese is going to reclaim that top spot. Azur's going to come through as well. Demon dropping. Demon having a few difficulties this season so far. Cheese with the backspin going in too quick into that corner is going to drop to third from that. And Marnie's going to move up into first. Azur and Cheese battling it out for second. Cheese will win that battle for now. Everyone grouping up once again. So we head up to the mountain again. It looks like Superboss is chasing down Marnie. On the big screen so your wife can also watch. Exciting stuff. As Cheese says, it's very intense. So a proper battle going on behind the leaves here. Superboss and Marnie battling it out. Still no use of the shortcut. Not seeing anyone go for it. Could Cheese be the first? No, going on the inside route as well. It's not going to take it. And Superboss now leading, also holding the fastest lap. If they can keep hold of that to the end, that will be an extra point. Marnie in second, Azur in third, Demon in fourth. Pesky Bird and Boer. And then Cheese, after a bit of a strong start, now trailing slightly. As I say that, going for an overtake on Boer, but Boer takes it back. Iceman just behind them. Pesky Bird some trouble in the cannon means Cheese is going to shoot past and try and chase down Boer. I think they're both travelling similar speeds, so I don't think there's going to be much catching up. Superboss flying down the mountain. Marnie just behind Azur is going to hit the triangle, is going to slow them down. And Boer and Cheese both colliding as well means Demon's going to breeze through theirs. Also going to just squeeze in front of Azur. And is on the hunt to move up to second. Azur's going to take it outside line there with a bit more speed and go up to third. And is now chasing down Marnie for second place. Cheese, Boer, Pesky Bird, Iceman all very close together. Jimmy is still trailing though. It's not a good race for Jimmy. Superboss already heading towards the cannon. As Marnie's only just coming across the line for lap 6 and the halfway point of the race. Azur goes for a lunge up the inside, makes it work. Can they hold on to it though? Demon gets a speedy line through there as well, just gaining on them. Iceman has managed to come through and gain a couple of positions. Cheese getting blocked out by Boer. The four of them very close together as they launch out the cannon. Boer has a bit less speed. Boer and Iceman colliding, actually costing them both time. Up at the front though, you can see Superboss already halfway down the mountain. Just trying to expand this gap. And almost getting stuck. I thought they were going to get stuck for a second there. Thought we were going to bring back the jinxing. The curse. But they do manage to stay moving. Here's a chance for Demons to try and close the gap a bit though. As Azur and Marnie also battling it out. I don't think we're going to see any shortcut usage this time around. Someone's in the blue shell. I think that's what's going to be needed to take Superboss out of this #1 spot right now. Just expanding this lead. Demon is trying their best to keep up with them, but there is still quite the gap. Marnie getting past Azur, Azur taking the position back. Quite the battle going on there. Pesky Bird and Cheese also fighting for position. Cheese is going to make a lunge through the middle with a good line. And will be in front of Pesky Bird going into the cannon. See Boer and Iceman having their own battle as well. So a few battles going on. Separated apart from each other. And it looks like Demon has actually managed to get past Superboss. Something's happened with Superboss up here. Maybe the blue shard did come through. As Demon is now in the lead, Azur did try and get past, but getting squeezed out and held up. Superboss fighting to at least hold second. And Azur's managed to get themselves stuck. And they've freed themselves. Demon's blocking Superboss. So Azur in a very interesting situation. They're almost ending their race. But managing to free themselves. No help needed. So going on to lap 8, Demon is now leading. Superboss in second, still holding the fastest lap. Then we have Marnie, Azur. Again, back up, we've got Pesky Bird, Boy, and Cheese battling it out for that 5th position. And then Jimmy has managed to gain a bit. Has overtaken Iceman, who is now struggling at the back. So going up to the mountain, Superboss on the way down in first. Bit of a gap now to Demon. Superboss managing to get back into that first position and expand the gap once again. Making some very good time on this track. But Demon and Marnie, second and third, Cheese in fourth. Jimmy's coming out of nowhere, squeezing past Azur there, clearly saving their energy for the later part of the race. Azur will fight to take that position back, but Jimmy is right behind them. Then Iceman coming through as well. Pesky Bird and Boer is now at the back. Starting to be a common sight this season. But it is only race 3. And we are on lap 9 of 12. There's still loads that can happen. Meanwhile, at the front, Superboss just holding on. Demon really trying to chase them down. Cheese has made their way up to 3rd. Marnie now in 4th. Azur in 5th. Iceman and Jimmy side by side. The two icebreakers spending a lot of time side by side in these races. Seem to team up for a bit. Pesky Bird and then Boer. As we go to the mountain, just as the back few are going up the cannon, Superboss is already over halfway down the mountain. Absolutely flying. Cheese is in second. And is closing the gap on Superboss. This could be a chance for Cheese. Still no use of that shortcut. I think maybe we might have seen a slight change in the physics, and that shortcut may actually be out of reach now. Cheese has managed to make the overtake on Superboss just as Superboss comes in giving the reason behind them winning and then takes it straight back. Oh, and Cheese. I think Superboss blocked Cheese out there on the launch, meaning Cheese got a bad launch and no speed going up the mountain. Could be very costly to positions. We'll see if anyone else can make the overtake. Azur and Demon coming through with quite a bit of speed. Jimmy absolutely flying. Does make it past Cheese as well. Demon is not quite quick enough, but Cheese drops a couple of positions with that block out. So Superboss trying to extend that lead up at the front once again. Marnie just holding fairly consistent in that second place. And we now have Jimmy up into 3rd. Again, after a rough start, Jimmy is shining in the second half of this race. Cheese in 4th, Azur in 5th, Iceman in 6th, Demon in 7th with Pesky but just behind in 8th, and Boer in 9th on lap 11. So you can see the gap from Superboss now down to Jimmy. 4-second gap between them. Jimmy battling out with Marnie for that second spot. Does take it for a second, but Marnie takes it straight back. Jimmy gets a bit of a rough launch out of the cannon. I've slowed them down a bit there. Could see some major time loss. As we go, Azert is going to pass Jimmy. Iceman with some great speed, but a bounce backwards off the rocks. A little bit too fast on the exit. Cheese gets a good line out the exit. Getting past Azert is now just behind Jimmy. Over on the other side of the rocks. And they're closing the gap on Marnie as well, but this is giving Superboss a chance to extend that lead even further while second, third and fourth are battling it out for position. So we have an overview here around the hairpins. We're no longer last, making a lunge, getting past Demon and Pesky Bird. Demon dropping though, after quite a strong race. It's starting to lose that momentum. And are we going to see Boer use one final burst of energy at the end to try and increase position as they drop back into that 9th spot? Although squeezing past Demon to take 8th and gaining on Pesky Bird once again. We have a close battle for second between Marnie and Jimmy, but Marnie is going to shoot away there. Jimmy going a little bit slow. And then Azur and Cheese also fighting it out just behind. We can see Superboss already heading down the mountain with a massive lead. Marnie has quite a good run down the mountain. Jimmy also not too bad of a run. See how they come around these corners. Bit of a collision there. Cheese with a good line. It's going to get past Azur. Iceman gets a bit of a rebound. Superboss around the final hairpin. We're going to see Superboss come down to the line now. Massive lead. Just breezing around this track, showing you how it's done. Superboss taking the win. Congratulations, Superboss. Jimmy currently in second. Marnie and Cheese battling it out just behind. See what happens here. Jimmy currently with the fastest lap. It's close between Marnie and Cheese, but I think Marnie's just going to squeeze Cheese out. Yes, so Jimmy takes second. Marnie takes third. Cheese takes fourth. Azur coming through in fifth. Iceman is going to take sixth. Boer is going to come through and set a personal best of the season with 7th. And Demon with a very consistent 8th. And Pesky Bird, after a strong first race, is going to finish in 9th place. So a very good race. Superboss, some very good racing by Superboss, very well done. Jimmy made an absolute comeback and even set the fastest lap after such a poor start. Marnie just trying to keep it consistent. Boer making some progress. Demon very, very consistent. If you want to look at consistency, Demon with that 8th position is consistency. The worst time to get a snack. Yep, missing the end. Terrible. But let's go over to our winner. Congrats, claps in the chat for Superboss taking the win on DK Mountain. Now I'm going to go and put the results over on the leaderboard, and I'll be back with the updated standings in just a minute. Okay, the leaderboard has been updated. So let's go and take a look. So after that race, Marnie still holding on to that #1 spot with 77 points. Good start to the season, trying to stay consistent. Superboss in second with 74, so not far behind. Azert in third with 62, tied now with Jimmy. Pesky Bird with 59 in fifth. Then we have Cheese, Iceman, and then Boer and Demon tied up once again. 39 points for that final spot. So technically, due to the alphabetical order, yes, we're not last in the standings once again, but currently tied. And that was race 3. Still plenty more tracks in the list to go. Always ending with red rings, of course. Cheese 6th. I can't tell if you're happy with that or angry at that. Yes, that was DK Mountain race 3. Great race. The next race, Sewer Speedway 2, is going to be on Monday. The schedule is in the Discord if anyone's interested to see when all the races are happening. I've got the schedule over there for when I'll be streaming these. Better than 7th? Yes, 6th is better than 7th. But that is going to be it for this stream and this video. So hopefully everyone enjoyed 2 races in one. A rare occurrence. Not likely it's going to happen again unless we get another surprisingly quick race, but I had the time and it was a bit of a quick race, that last one. I will extend the laps on that in the future. But yeah, 2 races in one stream. But that is going to be it. That is going to be the end of the stream now. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.